Hello everyone, welcome to math class for grade 3 with Miss Fatima. Today in lesson 3 at page 9 we have 10,000s. 10,000s. Students, today we studied about 10,000s, how we can write 10,000s and how we can show it. Now, we have the equation. In this equation right there, how many thousand cups do you need to show 10,000 ones? 10,000 ones. Now, students, in here at step 1, right there, put 2 cups of 1,000 together. 2 cups of 1,000 together. Then, as you can see, we have to draw 2,000 cup. 2,000 cup. After that you have now 2,000 ones. In step 2 we continue putting cups of 1,000, continue putting cups of 1,000 together until they show 10,000 ones. 10,000 ones. Then how many cups are used? We use it 10,000 cup to show 10,000. Then students, after that, right there, what does each digit in 23,680 mean? 23,680. Use place value chart. Students, we say that about place value chart. As you can see, we have the table and write in the table name of digits. We have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. Now, students, we start at putting numbers in the digits by name of digits. Now we say that we have 23,618, and in the place value we start at the smaller digit, it's ones. Then in ones we have 0. In here we have 0 in ones. Then we have to write 0 under the ones. Now we wrote 0 under the ones. After that we get to the tens. In tens we have 8. We have 8. Then we have to write 8 under tens. Now we wrote 8 under tens. After the tens we get to the hundred and we have 6 in hundreds. Then students, we have to write 6 under hundreds. After hundred, after we complete ones, tens, hundreds, we say that we get to 1,000. But in 1,000 we have 2 number in here. 2 number in here. In this 2 number, students, the first number it's ones of 1,000. It's ones of 1,000. If we say that the ones of 1,000 or 1,000 are not different, okay? Then we have 3 in ones of 1,000 or in 1,000. Then we have to write 3 under 1,000. Now we wrote 3 under 1,000. After the 1,000 we get to the 10,000s. In 10,000 we have students. We have 2 in 10,000. Then we have to write 2 under 10,000s. Under 10,000. Now students, we say that we have 3 forms to writing the numbers. The first form is standard form, and the second form is expanded form, and the last form is word form. In standard form, students, now we see the number, as you can see right there, 23,618. It's written at standard form. Then we write the number like itself. We write the number like itself. Now we wrote 23,680. In expanded form, students, we start at the bigger digit, and the bigger digit in here we have 10 of 1,000, and in 10 of 1,000 we have 2. Then we have to write 2 with adding 4 zeros because it's 10 of 1,000. Then students, as you can see, we wrote 20,000. 20,000. After the 20,000, we have to write plus because it's expanded form. After the plus, we have to write the thousand. And we have 3 in 1,000. Then we have to write 3 with adding 3 zeros because it's 1,000. Now students, we wrote 3,000. After 3,000, we have to write plus 2 because we said that it's expanded form. After each digit, we write the plus. Now we get to 100 and we have 6 in 100. Then we have to write 6 with adding 2 zeros because it's 100. Now we wrote 600. After 600 we have to write plus. We say that it's expanded form. After the plus we have to write the tens, and students, as you can see, we have 8 in tens. Then we have to write 8 with adding 1 zero because it's tens. After the tens we write the ones, but in here we have 0 in ones. Then we don't write it. And in word form, students, we write like we read. Now we read it 23,680. 23,000. Then we have to write 23,000. After the 1,000 we write comma. After that we write hundred and tens and ones. We have 680. Then we have to write 680. Now students, in word form we wrote 23,680. After that, students, to check it, we have some equations. Now we solve it. Check. In check, we have some equation. In equation 1, right there, till the expanded form for 21,694. It's written at standard form. Now we are changing this form to expanded. And we say that in expanded form we start at the bigger digit, and the bigger digit in here we have 10 of 1,000, and in 10 of 1,000 we have 2. Then students, we have to write 2 with adding 4 zeros because it's 10 of 1,000. Now we wrote 20,000. After that we have to write plus because we write expanded form. After the plus we have to write 1,000, and we have 1 in 1,000. Then we have to write 1 with adding 3 zeros because it's 1,000. Then we wrote 1,000. After the 1,000 we have to write plus. After the plus we have to write the 100, and we have 6 in 100. Then we have to write 6 with adding 2 zeros because it's 100. After that we write plus. We say that it's expanded form. After the plus we have to write the tens, and we have 9 in tens. Then students, we have to write 9 with adding 1 zero because it's tens. After the tens we write plus. After the plus we get to the ones. In ones we have 4. Then we have to write 4 alone because it's ones without any zero. Students, we write the ones without any zeros because it's ones. Now we wrote 4 alone. Now students, for equation 2 and 3, write each number in standard form. Students, in equation 2 we have the number, it's written at expanded form. Now we are changing this form to standard by using the plus. Okay? Right there, 20,000 plus 6,000 plus 700 plus 30 plus 4. Now we plussed ones with ones and tens with tens and hundred with hundred and ones of thousand with ones of thousand and tens of thousand with tens of thousand. Now ones with ones. 0 plus 0 equal to 0. 0 plus 0 equal to 0 plus 0 equal to 0 plus 4 equal to 4 in ones. Then students, we have to write 4 in ones. After the ones, tens with tens. 0 plus 0 equal to 0. 0 plus 0 equal to 0. 0 plus 3 equal to 3 in tens. And we don't have any tens in here, then we have to write 3 in tens. After the tens, we get 200. 0 plus 0, 0 plus 7 equal to 7. And we don't have any hundreds in here, then we have to write 7 in hundred. After that, 1000 with 1000. 0 plus 6 equal to 6. And we don't have any thousands in here, then we have to write 6 in ones of thousand. After the ones of thousand, we get to the tens of thousand, and we have 2 in tens of thousand. In here, only in here we have tens of thousand, and it is 2. Then we have to write 2 in tens of thousand. Then students, we wrote 26,734. We wrote the number at standard form. Now students, in equation 3 we have the number, it's written at word form. Now we are changing this form to standard, and we say that in to convert word to standard or standard to word, we write like we read. Okay, students, in equation 3 we read it 35,947. We have 35 in thousand. Then students, we have to write 35 in thousand. After that, we get 200. We have 9 in hundred. Then we have to write 9 in hundred. After that, we have 47. 4 in tens and 7 in ones. Then students, we have to write 4 in tens and 7 in ones. Now we wrote 35,947. After that, write each number in expanded form. Students, in equation 4 and 5, we have the number, it's written at standard form. Now we are changing this form to expanded. In equation 4, write there 16,723. And we say that to write the expanded form, we start at the bigger digit, and bigger digit in here we have tens of thousand, and we have 1 in tens of thousand. Then students, we have to write 1 with adding 4 zeros because it's tens thousand. Now we wrote 10,000. After that, we write plus because it's expanded form. After the plus, we have to write the thousand. And students, as you can see, we have 6 in ones of thousand. Then we have to write 6 with adding three zeros because it's thousand. Now we wrote 6,000. After 6,000 we have to write plus. After the plus we have to write the hundred. In hundred, as you can see students, we have 7 in hundred. Then we have to write 7 with adding two zeros because it's hundred. Now we wrote 700. After that we write plus. After the plus we have to write the tens, and as you can see students, we have 2 in tens. Then we have to write 2 with adding one zero because it's tens. Now we wrote 20. After 20 we have to write plus. After the plus we have to write the ones, and we have 3 in ones. Then students, we have to write 3 alone because it's ones. We write 3 alone without any zeros. Now in equation 5, write there 52,019. It's written at standard form. Now we are changing this form to expanded, and we start at the bigger digit, and bigger digit in here we have tens of thousand, and we have 5 in tens of thousand. Then students, we have to write 5 with adding 4 zeros because it's tens of thousand. Now we wrote 50,000. After 50,000 we have to write the plus because it's expanded form. After that we have to write the thousand, and students, as you can see, we have 2 in ones of thousand. Then we have to write 2 with adding 3 zeros because it's thousand. Now we wrote 2,000. After 2000 we have to write plus. After that we have to write hundred, but we have 0 in hundred. Then we don't write it. We don't write because it's 0. After that we have tens, and we have 1 in tens. Then we have to write 1 with adding 1 0 because it's tens. Now we wrote 10. After the 10 we have to write plus. After the plus we have to write ones, and we have 9 in ones. And then students, we have to write 9 alone without any zeros because it's tens. Now students, we complete check and we start to practice our problem solving. Students, in practice and problem solving we have some equations. Now we get to solve them. Write there 4, 6 to 7. Write each number in standard form. Students, in equation 6 and 7 we have some number. It's written at expanded form and word form. Now we are changing this form to standard form. In equation 6, write there 50,000 plus 7,000 plus 600 plus 10 plus 2. We're using the plus, and we plus it ones with ones, and tens with tens, and hundred with hundred, and thousand with thousand, and tens of thousand with tens of thousand. Now students, we start at plusing ones with ones. Now 0 plus 0 equal to 0. 0 plus 0 equal to 0. 0 plus 0 equal to 0. 0 plus 2 equal to 2. Now we have to write 2 in ones. After that we get to the tens with tens. 0 plus 0 equal to 0. 0 plus 0 equal to 0. 0 plus 1 equal to 1 in tens. Then we have to write 1 in tens. After that we get to the hundred. 0 plus 0 equal to 0. 0 plus 6 equal to 6. Then we don't have any hundreds in here. Then we have to write 6 in hundred. After the hundred we get to the thousands. 0 plus 7 equal to 7, and we don't have any thousands in here, then students, we have to write 7 in the thousand. After that, after all of them, we get to the tens of thousand. And we have 5 in tens of thousand. We don't have any tens of thousand in here. Then we have to write 5 in tens of thousand. Now, students, we wrote 57,612. Now, in equation 7, we have the number, it's written on word form. We are changing this form to standard. We say that to convert word form to standard and standard to word, we write like we read. Now we read it 18,900. 18,900. Students, in thousand we have 18. Then, as you can see, we have to write 18 in thousand. After that, in hundred we have 9. Then we have to write 9 in hundred. After hundred, we don't have any tens and ones. Then we write zeros. We write zeros. Now, students, we wrote 18,900. For question 8, 9, write each number in expanded form. Okay. In equation 8, write there 11,012. We say that in expanded form we start at the bigger digit and we have tens of thousand and we have 1 in tens of thousand. Then students, we have to write 1 with adding 4 zeros because it's tens of thousand. Now we wrote 10,000. After that we have to write plus because it's expanded form. After the plus we have to write the thousand. And we have 1 in thousand. Then we have to write 1 with adding 3 zeros because it's thousand. Now we wrote 1,000. 1,000. After that, we write plus. After the plus, we get to the hundred. But we have 0 in hundred, then we don't write the hundred. Now we get to the tens and we have 1 in tens. Then students, we have to write 1 with adding 1 0 because it's tens. Now we wrote 10. After that, we write plus. After the plus, we get to the ones and we have 2 in ones. Then students, we have to write 2 alone without adding any zeros because it's ones. Now we wrote 10,000 plus 1,000 plus 10 plus 2. We wrote the number as expanded form. After that, in equation 9, we have 49,207. We said in expanded form we start at the bigger digit and the bigger digit in here we have tens of thousand and we have 4 in tens of thousand. Then students, we have to write 4 with adding 4 zeros because it's 10 of thousand. Now students, we wrote 40,000. After 40,000, we have to write plus. We say that it's expanded form. After that, we get to the thousand and we have 9 in thousand. Then students, we have to write 9 with adding 3 zeros because it's thousand. Now we wrote 9,000. After the 9,000, we say that it's expanded form. Then we write plus. After the plus, we get to the hundred. And we have 2 in hundred. Then students, we have to write 2 with adding 2 zeros because it's hundred. Now we wrote 200. After the hundred, we write plus. After the plus, we get to the tens. but we have 0 in the tens. Then we don't write it because it's 0. After tens, we get to the ones and we have 7 in ones. Then students, we have to write 7 alone without adding any zeros because it's ones. Now students, from equation 10 to 12, we have some numbers and one of them is blue. We find the value of this blue digit. In equation 10, right there, 26,817. 7 is blue. 7 is its ones. Then students, we have to write 7 alone because it's ones. After that, in equation 11, write there 43,912. 3 is blue. We say that 43,912. Then 3 is thousand. Then students, we have to write 3 with adding 3 zeros because it's thousand. Now we wrote 3,000. After that, in equation 12, write here 19,276. 7 is below. When we read it, we say 19,276. Then students, 7 is tens. Then we have to write 7 with adding 1 zero because it's tens. Now we wrote 70. After that, in equation 13 and 14, in the left hand we have the number, it's written at expanded form, and we have the dash in them, and in the right hand we have the same number but it's written at standard form. We're using this standard form to complete the expanded form. Now, right there in equation 13, write 10,000 plus 2,000 plus dash plus 50 plus 1 equal to 12,671. We have 1 in tens of thousand and we have 10,000. We have 2 of thousand and we have 2,000. We have 6 in hundred, we don't have in here. We have 5 in tens, we have 50. We have 1 in ones, we have 1. Then students, we have to write 6 in the dash with adding 2 zeros because it's in hundred. Then we wrote 600. 600. Now we complete the expanded form in equation 13. Now in equation 14, right there, 60,000 plus dash plus 300 plus 10 plus 9 equal to 62,319. Then students, now we compare the numbers. We have 9 in ones, 9. 1 in tens, we have 10. 3 in hundred, 300. 2 in thousand, we don't have in here. 6 tens of thousands, 60,000. Then students, in the dash we have to write 2 with adding 3 zeros because it's ones of thousands. Now we wrote 2,000 and we complete the expanded form by using the standard form. Now students, in multiple choice question, we have an equation. Equation 15. Right there, which of following numbers is 53,672? 53 1672. Then we compare these numbers by the answers, and we have 53,000. Then we have 53 in thousand. In A we have 53, in B we have 53, in C we have 53, in D we have 53. Then in thousand, all of them are the same numbers. Now we get to the hundred. We have 6 in hundred. In A we have 0. Then A is wrong, is not true. A is wrong. In B we have 6, in C we have 6, in D we have 6 too. Then we get to the tens. We have 70. 70 means 7 in tens. Then students, in B we have 0. Then B is not true, it's wrong. In C we have 2. C is wrong too because we have 2 in here, but in here write 70. In D we have 7 in tens. Then students, D is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. Now we complete, students. Goodbye.